Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to COASTER-net Update. We've got some real breaking news tonight out of Doswell, Virginia. Danny, I don't know if you're going to believe this, but we got a package here tonight. As you can see, we've got a package here that says top secret right there from King's Dominion in Soak City. Danny, this is a hefty box here.
Like how much does this weigh? Are we talking about? Are we talking like it's just a light box or?
Well, I can tell you by handling it, this is pretty hefty. But I know from the tracking information this afternoon, this is all of 11 pounds right here. So.
No, wait a minute. Hold on, because we've been seeing on Twitter and like Facebook and whatnot today that a bunch of other people are getting these little envelopes, right?
Yeah, this is not an envelope, Danny Miller.
Just a heavily it's got to be a trick, right? This is just a heavily packaged envelope. So we'll let you behind the scenes here. We have not Andy literally just got home from picking this up from the FedEx office. We don't know what the hell is in this thing. So our reaction, we may look like idiots when we open this thing here. We don't know what's in there.
Now, some of you may have seen other places they do live unboxings. Live unboxing is a pretty big thing on YouTube right now. So we figured that's exactly what we're going to do here tonight. We're going to do a live unboxing of this bad boy, and we're going to find out what's in not what's in the shed, what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Okay, so we got the box.
Because we saw like announcement stuff, and we saw like folders with like top secret info, but like nobody had anything like big in there. Okay, he's opening
what
the box.
the?
Is it just a lot? Is it like heavy packaging and they tricked us?
What is this?
Uh-oh. I think we're getting tricked, Andy. I think this is just what everyone else is getting in a box. Is that heavy? Like, is there a heavy thing in there?
It's ridiculously heavy. It says, top secret, since you're going to try and open it anyway, try National Roller Coaster Day. So... 816? Now, do I have to unlock it?
You probably no. I think you need the key in. I've seen cash boxes like that before. Do you need the key in it?
There's a key, but there's no keyhole.
Oh, well, maybe there's something inside. So okay,
well, it says let's try 816 and see what happens.
Let's try 816.
Nope.
No.
Oh, there's a keyhole. Let's try the keyhole.
Because I've had cash boxes like that where you have to put in the code and then you can turn the key and that unlocks it.
This is pretty elaborate, Danny Miller.
Okay, so you got to put the key in, and then try. Oh. Okay. All right. What do we got?
We've got ourselves a file folder.
Okay.
Like what? This thing's like a legit cash box. Thanks, King's Dominion. I'm using this at school. The students are going to benefit from this cash box this year. So, okay, so here we have confidential information, top secrets. We've seen some pictures of this out there. Pretty cool with the cash box, though. Like
that's neat. Nobody showed us that. That's kind of cool.
No. So it says, building a better amusement park plan. It's kind of,
But the two T's are the same, like with the first one flipped upside down, like we've seen in some of the teasers.
So you can clearly see that there with the T's there. You see 75, open an amusement park. That's crossed out. 82, my year, add second wooden coaster, which would be what? Grizzly? No?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
That was built in 82? That's my year?
Grizzly, or is that maybe that's the smaller one. I think that's the smaller one.
Rebel Yell?
No.
The wrong park. No, I'm not.
The Ghoster Coaster.
Oh, the Ghoster Coaster. Yes, you are correct in that.
Hold on.
92 at a water park.
No. That was 74. 82 was Grizzly. I didn't think Grizzly was that old. Wow.
I know more than you, Danny Miller. Figure. 94 is obviously blacked out there. 94 is obviously Hurler.
And that's the year that Hurler opened, right?
So 2010 add tallest, fastest coaster.
Okay.
That's I305. as documented in the great From Dreams to Screams video produced by Devin Austin, if you recall.
Yes, it is.
If you haven't seen that one, you should check it out. It's one of his finer works. My main man, Dick Kinzel's in it, so, you know.
Yes, that's true. Our boy.
2015 Expand Water Park. That's obviously
right.
The Soak City expansion. And then 2018, Give Them What They Want. Okay, let's move. There's another key in here. Oh, no, that's the first key. I don't want to lose that. That's important. So I'm using that cash box.
Yeah, seriously.
So Confidential Kings Dominion's building a better amusement park once again. You can see with the two T's that we have speculated kind of look like.
No, we've only seen like a page or two of this thing.
Danny Miller, we've got a few pages here to go through. So
we've
got some pictures, some cool Build a Happy Place, a construction photo of the Eiffel Tower there.
Okay.
82, the construction of Grizzly.
Grizzly.
Right there. That's actually a pretty cool picture there.
It is. Yeah.
This stuff's really. 92, we have the water park construction right there. You see that at a water park?
Yeah.
94, add Wayne's World themed coaster. That's actually pretty funny right there, right?
Excellent idea.
That's pretty cool. 96, add first linear launch coaster.
Okay.
Right there. That's obviously Flight of Fear.
And then
90.
There we go.
98, there's Volcano, which I'm, of course, repping tonight with my Volcano shirt. Add a coaster that shoots out of a volcano.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's exactly what they did.
They did that, and it's still the only one that does that, so pretty unique. 2008, add world's longest floorless coaster right there with Dominator.
Yeah. Okay.
2010, I love that. That's one of my favorite pictures of like.
Yeah, that's a neat shot.
Is build tallest, fastest coaster. Like, I've seen that picture other places. That's one of my favorite pictures of I-305. 2013, build world's largest Peanuts themed kids area.
Okay.
Then in 2016, make them delirious with Delirium.
Yeah.
2018, Confidential.
Okay.
Okay, then we get to this point. It says, out with the old, in with the new. Wouldn't you like to see what we've been up to? Right now it's still a mystery, but it will be the biggest announcement in our history. And though we can't give it away, come find out on National Roller Coaster Day, 8/16/17. Save the date. The details are coming. And then once again, you see on the little tab there, I don't know if you can see that well.
Yeah, it says
better look here once again with the two T's. Once again, we see that there. And then you have the book, and then the back, Kings Dominion, Soak City. Dude, Danny Miller, I've not seen this anywhere else, to be honest with you, right?
I've seen like the cover, and then I've seen the last page, but nobody's bothered to go through the entire book. So that's kind of interesting that they give us a little bit of a history of what they.
This is a separate key. This is a second key. I wonder if this I'm gonna.
Is it a spare?
I don't know. Is it the same key?
It could be. It's probably just a spare in case.
Well, I'm really thrilled about the cash box, by the way.
Seriously, like that's pretty. I mean, that's not an inexpensive cash box. Right?
Like, Danny, I told you this morning. I said this box is 11 pounds, and you're like, well, what could be in there? Like, we started speculating. Like, what?
We started thinking about what are the different things we could have in there, and it's just like, oh, it's a cash box. All right, cool.
I'm trying to match up the two keys here.
Do they look to be the same? Does the other one work?
Well, let's try them both, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're two separate keys.
Well, that would be interesting if that's the case, wouldn't it?
No, they both work on this.
Okay.
This is a really cool cash box. I'm using that.
Seriously.
So Danny, what's going on here?
Well, I don't know. You know, the fact that we've seen this little upside down T thing, and we saw it in the new teaser today as well, it makes me think that there's going to be a double T in the name somewhere. And I don't know what the name might be. Could it be something like immediately, just because of the connection to RMC, I thought of like Rattler or Rattlesnake. Like that's what I immediately thought of. And they could do something with the logo there. Well,
let's go into the teaser today because it's, of course, Tuesday, and we dropped another tease on Tuesday. This one says what this week, Danny Miller?
It left everything tattered and torn in its wake.
You know, when I start hearing this, I get the definite imagery of like a tornado. And we've kind of said this before of whether or not we think it's going to be, you know, storm-based. You know,
last week kind of led towards that with the force, you know, rattled the. What did it say? Hold on, I got to get last week.
The force rattled the windows.
The force rattled the windows.
Yeah.
And everything tattered and torn in its wake.
And this one, the image in the background is a little bit more difficult to make out. I immediately said it kind of looks like a Jeep.
See, I'm there with you. It looks like the headlight of a car and then a grill. But if you look to the left of where the headlight appears to be, it almost looks like that's a wheel well of like an older style car maybe. But the wheel doesn't look like it's there. Like almost like it's been an abandoned car or it's been a car that's been destroyed. Like maybe it's been through a storm of some sort.
Maybe. I see. I don't know. It's like this is getting really interesting because we've seen the other parks now. Danny, you know, we tweeted it out this weekend. We've seen all the other parks now officially say that 8/16 is their announcement. We've seen an invitation out for Kaga with their National Roller Coaster Day. They're announcing. We've seen Cedar Point put out a pre-contest that they're doing a contest for 50 people to come see it early, but their official announcement is 8/16. Mm-hmm. Kings Dominion now officially on 8/16. There are some unsubstantiated rumors out there. I've yet to see anything, but I have seen some rumors that maybe Knott's Berry is making an announcement on 8/16 as well. It would fit in with everything that we've seen with the Kaga sign. If you group Intimidator and Dominator together, that gives maybe Carowinds isn't in the mix. Maybe it's Knott's, California, Cedar Point, and
maybe Intimidator was on the Kaga sign to maybe throw us off a little bit and make us think Carowinds, when in fact, you know, maybe that was part of the ruse there. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of a red herring there to throw us off the track.
So now we know that they're all doing a shared announcement. They're all announcing on the first day, mind you, for the first time ever. Cedar Fair has never done this. We have never seen multiple big announcements come out on the same day. It's always been Mystic Timbers off by itself, Valraven off by itself,
Banshee by itself, Fury by itself, and they've never made and they've had certain days like last year. Someone made a point on Twitter yesterday that a lot of the parks did announce stuff on the same day last year, like Dorney and Worlds of Fun announced some of their flat rides, but those things were not teased, and they did not make a big deal about the fact that they were announcing them all on the same day. They are deliberately making it a point to recognize the fact that they are announcing these rides on National Roller Coaster Day, and they're doing them at different times, right? Because Kaga is 11 a.m. local time, I think, which is 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Cedar Point says they're doing theirs at high noon. Does Kings Dominion specify a time in their announcement there?
They do not specify a time. It says save the date, details coming soon. So all we know, and I'm trying to look now. Here's something interesting as well. Oh, that's today's date. They even have today's date in the date 7/25. So I wonder if today's date has any special meaning at all.
7/25/17.
And as you're thinking about that, the other thing that really puzzles me is the statement of this is our biggest announcement ever, because you wouldn't think because we're all assuming that RMC Hurler is the announcement, correct?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that that's what's being announced. And this goes back to our theory of the fact that the parks are working together. And I think over the past 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks, you and I have kind of found it more challenging. The first couple weeks we thought, okay, here's a link to this park, maybe here's a link to this park. The last couple weeks, I think we've struggled to really keep the Kings Dominion teasers specifically tied into the other parks, but we think that we might be getting a somewhat similar theme here. So maybe that's where we're kind of going here, and maybe these recent ones are more specifically pointing towards King's Dominion, but the fact remains that our original premise of that these parks are all working together in some way, shape, or form, that's essentially fact at this point, because they're all making it a point to announce on the same day, and they're all teasing in the same manner. And even Cedar Point came out with its own teaser today, so it's very clear at this point that they are deliberately teasing within and on top of one another.
Now, I'm going to throw this out there. What are the odds that this is more than just an RMC of Hurler?
You know what? I had this thought a little bit ago, and I don't know what your thoughts are going to be on this. And I haven't, so full disclaimer here to the audience, I have not mentioned this to you yet, and it crossed my mind while we were talking on the phone a little earlier tonight. There's rumors that there's new trains being developed for these, and I don't know. Nobody's come up with this. We've seen like the single rail, the Raptor prototype. Is there an off chance? I don't know if you see where I'm going with this. Is there an off chance that one of these is actually a racing Raptor instead of being two single rails next to each other?
Well, I've kind of mentioned that to somebody. I don't remember who.
I don't think that's what's going on here.
I kind of said Kaga was leaning that way. And I said, if you're going to put in a Raptor track at a big-time park, to meet capacity, it almost has to be a racing coaster.
Now, if you do T-Rex, that changes. But if you do the Raptor, you almost have to.
I'm leaning towards this because they say biggest announcement. Biggest.
Well, hold on. This goes back to support our theory, though, because how is RMC Hurler bigger than I-305? I don't think it is. I think that's the suggestion that they're literally all going to be tied together. Because let's say Kaga is 2 p.m. Eastern time and Cedar Point is noon. So then if you have another one at 1 o'clock, and then another one at, say, 11 or 3, or let's say they're spaced out every 2 hours. Say you have Cedar Point at noon, which is the big one, and then you have Kaga at 2 o'clock. Say you have King's Dominion at 4 o'clock, and then say you have Knott's Berry Farm at 6 o'clock or whatever, and have that in the evening. So
you're saying that maybe the biggest announcement literally refers to the shared announcement that collectively. This because they have not really done. Have they ever done 3 new coasters, possibly 4 in the same year? Like we know they've done 2.
Trying to think
in the same year.
2012 would have been Leviathan and. Did anybody else get anything big in 2012? I mean, you can look at back when they did like 2 backlots, or they did stuff like that.
But that's Paramount.
Like that's under Paramount, so that doesn't even matter.
Like it has to be since the sale, and I can't think of a time where they've done. And realistically, they could be announcing 4 coasters. Like realistically, that's a very real possibility.
2008 would have been Behemoth. And then was there other stuff in 2008? 2009, you had Diamondback and Prowler.
Yeah.
2010, you had Intimidator and Intimidator 305. 2011, did you really have anything? 2011 is one of those years that we talk about where nothing really happened. Are you looking just to make sure there's nothing else in there?
Well, I'm looking to see if there's nothing else. Like, because, sometimes people like to hide stuff in little things, and there is some... I don't want to leave any stone unturned here, Danny Miller, for our fans out there.
Right.
I don't even know what that is. Like a plastic piece. No, there's a little print up here. No.
Nothing.
No, I'm pretty sure that is it for the box.
So what are we thinking here? I mean, it seems like you and I are kind of not quite sure where to take the. We were afraid that this was going to happen. If they were going to be teasing stuff every Tuesday, eventually it was just going to kind of get okay. Well, there's another one.
Well, the only other thing I can think of is are they getting 2 things? What the likelihood of them getting an RMC? Because here's my question: we have not been seeing a lot of construction updates from Hurler. Do we know if there's pieces of Hurler still up? Like, that they're being specifically left up?
Let me go to one of my friends on Facebook who tends to,
because
I won't mention his name, but they does frequent King's Dominion quite a bit and tends to post a lot of pictures. So
because my only thought is what if they are trying to make a much bigger coaster than we suspected out of Hurler? I do think the easy answer is that the biggest announcement does refer to the shared announcement. That seems to be the easy answer here, but I'm just trying to, think a little bit outside of the security box here and see if there's something else.
Yeah, I don't know. My internet's being a little bit slow, and
well, I think that's something to look forward to. But in general, I think we're right back where we are with this being a shared announcement. The theme, I think, is still up in the air. I think it's still going to be a shared theme.
At least connected in some regard. Maybe not necessarily the same name.
Because here's the thing. When you think of tornadoes, you think of the Midwest. You think of that area, which would also be the Trailblazer stuff.
Being stuck underneath a bathroom shelter at 9 o'clock at night with 70-mile-per-hour winds and trees falling over, being stuck with a bunch of ride operators.
Yeah, that happened at Worlds of Fun this weekend. But,
yes, it did. We had a lovely time.
But I think we're at the point where we're almost there. We're less than a half a month away from this, and things are heating up right now with especially with all of this. And I think at this point we'll leave you once again to give us your comments. Figure out some stuff, and hopefully, next week in the next teaser, we'll get a little bit more. But most definitely, thank you to King's Dominion for including us in this great fun here, because this is some stuff.
And let's be honest. Let's thank them for completely pulling one over on us, because we have no idea what the hell's going on.
I got nothing. A security box. Why isn't it? It's in a lockbox. Is that something to do with this?
See, this is why we do YouTube stuff, so we can get free cash boxes.
Oh my God, that's funny. Well, anyway,
you can use in our everyday lives.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us here on COASTER.net Update. Thank you to King's Dominion for sending us this lovely cash box. The students at Bremen High School, dude, will thank you for when I go ahead and use this. It will revolutionize our drama program, especially at the front gate. We can now have a safety deposit box there. But as always, I am Andy Rabarchek from Chicago, Illinois.
And Danny Miller from Binghamton, New York.
And ride on, Ride Warriors.
See you next time. There's more coming. We know it is.
Yeah.